Afternoon. We're going to start the meeting at 12:21 p.m. Welcome, everybody. Roll call. Tina, can you go over the list who
Yes.
we have present?
Yes, sir. Mr. Jose Zuniga,
Present.
Juan Gonzalez, Oscar Lopez,
Present.
Eva Montoya,
Present.
and Mr. George Gonzalez.
He called that he was not gonna.
Mr. Jorge did advise that he was not going to be able to make it to today's meeting.
Perfect. Thank you. Approval of the minutes for March 29. Everybody received copies of the minutes. If you have reviewed them, is there any changes on the table that anybody has? If not, if we can have a motion to accept as presented.
I motion.
We have a motion by Ms. Montoya, second by Mr. Gonzalez. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries to accept the minutes as presented. Citizen comments, we're going to leave them open throughout the meeting. I don't know if there's any citizens present at this time. No citizens present at this time. Treasurer's report, financial update on the Housing Finance Corporation, accounts and deposits, expenses, and available balance. Ms. Martinez?
Yes, so in your packet, you do have your right after the minutes, you do have your Falcon Bank March 2023 statement. Your beginning balance and your ending balance just reflect a small deposit of about $35, which are some interest payments that you still are receiving.
I motion that we accept the financials as presented.
We have a motion, I'll second that. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries to accept as presented. Finance operation and status report by Capstone Real Estate Services and city staff with discussion possible action on Hamilton Apartments repairs, improvements, leases, operations, and management. Ms. Sarah?
I think Ms. Walker
Do we-
was on.
Do we have somebody on conference?
It will be Miss Walker mentioned that she was gonna
She
join,
was gonna
but
be-
that you were gonna take over the.
Oh, okay.
And she's not on it,
she
so I don't know
hasn't-
if you want to text her if she's having any difficulty or anything, but she was sent the link.
So do we have to record or make notes that she's going to be present via
Once she
conference?
connects.
If she connects, yes,
Okay.
we can. And it records this way, so it could record the screen.
I just texted her. She says she was on hold. Let me check.
Maybe she's on the.
Okay, she said she'll present. Is she gonna send the variance first? Let me see.
You can tell her to try to.
She should be able, cause there's no.
Yeah, tell her to try it again.
Did you put
Tell her to try it
video
again, but
so
she
that
tried
she can see
the latest link, the one that she just.
and unmute?
So here.
Just enter a new.
Okay, and I just texted
Yeah,
her.
'cause it doesn't show anybody waiting. And we didn't put any restrictions, so it should be a good thing.
Because we have to accept
No,
once.
I
once
didn't
it's
put
shown.
restriction. You should be able to
So anybody that gets sent
the
that
link.
can go ahead and be on the
Can we
meeting.
move with something else or see the print?
Let's give her a few minutes. and then we can-
What's your email?
Sarah.walker@capstonemanagement.com.
Sarah dot Walker. At management.
No, at capstonemanagement.com. I texted her and she hasn't answered my text, so. I have the budget comparison, I can go through it if
She did mention that she wasn't gonna be able to join in person, but I did
Yes.
share the link. But she also mentioned that you can take over on.
No, that's fine, because she had told, she goes, oh, well, don't worry, I'll be there. I mean, I'll be there via Teams call, so. I can start if you want.
Okay.
Okay. You have the budget comparison for month ending March 25th, 2023. Total income is $92,816.36. Budgeted amount was $118,075 with a variance of $25,258.64. Payroll was budgeted at $32,180 and the actual was $15,910.37 with a positive variance of $16,269.63. Total administrative expenses, budgeted amount was $2785.11. Actual expense was $804.26 with a positive variance of $1,980.85. Advertising, marketing expenses, advertising and internet and promotions and referral fees. Total budgeted expense was $1138. Actual was $685 with a positive variance of $453. Utilities, budgeted expense was $19,410. Actual was $20,427.39 with a negative variance of $1,017.39. I think that was due to the phone. And I thought the gas was, yeah, the phone. It was high for the month of March.
Quick question, sir.
Yes.
On the expenses, the assistant manager went from 4,000 to 2,500. Was there any changes on that?
The assistant manager
Yeah.
from
We had a budget for 4,700.
March had three pay periods. That could have affected it.
Well, but it went down, not up.
That is true. Assistant manager. No. And as a matter of fact, we had, this closed March 25th. No. The last check of March maybe didn't hit because the last check was March 29th and the period had already closed.
Okay, is there a reason why we didn't do month end?
I think the way they are accounting closes every 25th of the month.
If that's the case, then it should carry the balances from the previous month, so it would still be an
Yes.
additional week.
True. Because they have to accrue that other week, that is true, okay? I don't know, it's a question for Ms. Walker, I guess, because that would be payroll. But yeah, I see the variance there. And let me see, because they include everything that, let's see, payroll. Because that's a difference in the positive variance there.
Yeah, and then on the variance totals, if you add those up, it doesn't add up to 16,269.
But are you adding the ones
It's
in the
taking
front?
the previous
The
page.
previous. You see the previous page? With maintenance,
Oh,
health
okay.
insurance,
Okay.
yeah. Can you give me a minute? Ms. Walker's calling. She can't hear you, I think. Yes, ma'am?
Maybe on
She's
mute.
on mute, Stephanie. Okay, yeah, they got it. Okay, thank you. Maybe we can ask her on the payroll.
Is she on?
Are you on, Ms. Walker?
Her camera's off. That's it.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The electricity is $8,000. Is that an estimate? Is that-
Utilities?
I know that you all had overpaid.
We had overpaid the month of
I'm not sure if it was February
February.
or March.
It was-
It's like 17,000,
correct.
overpaid like $17,000.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so in March, you shouldn't have any electricity because you would have a credit. Still,
I think the invoice would still hit. Well, that's a good question.
no, but I think it's I'm sorry, budget, yes.
It would still be budgeted, but the actual,
It's a 6,100.
It should, yeah. So that should be either zero or the actual amount that got paid, like $20-some thousand, 17, I don't remember the amount.
Sarah, do you know if we got credit for the overpayment on the light bill?
I can barely hear everyone.
That's something Mike's very good.
The mic is over there. It's on the computer.
Oh, I can hear Tina.
Yeah, I think you just have to talk louder. The mic is over here on the computer.
They're asking about the the expense for the electricity, if we got credit for the overpayment for the month of February.
Yes, I think there was a $17,000 credit, so we won't have to pay anything this month.
But it's not reflected on the March numbers, right?
It is not reflected because that's when it was paid overage. I'm gonna look at I haven't gotten the bill she usually sends the bill around the 24th of the
We haven't
month,
gotten it.
so I haven't gotten that bill yet.
They're probably not gonna bill.
So we overpaid in February?
We overpaid in March.
So it should reflect here, the total amount that got paid. Okay. I have to check February's.
And they have a question on payroll. Assistant maintenance,
Assistant manager. Assistant manager.
no, it's assistant maintenance.
Manager,
Manager.
7543.
7543.
Oh, yes, sorry. Budgeted expense for the assistant manager was $46.97, but the actual was $25.60. What decreased?
I guess I'll have to take a look at it.
Okay.
But if you look at the years, the budget is $10,959, and they already spent $7,000, so they already spent more than half. It's only 3 months. It's only the first quarter.
Do we know where that number's coming from, Sarah?
What number?
The assistant manager yearly budget is $11,000, and at month 3 we're already at 7,000.
No, but that's the year-to-date
Yeah.
budget, 10,959.
We're under budget by $32,000 for payroll. So if you see, so the first column is month ending. The second column is year to date, and it's going to tell you.
It's a year to date, it's
actual
not a
days
full
and
year.
What we budgeted and our variance. So we're $32,000 positive.
So for the assistant manager,
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah.
it's 40,000.
Yeah,
It's 40,000, okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
You want me to continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Administrative expenses, total budgeted amount was 2785.11. Total expense was 804.26. Positive variance of 1980.85. Marketing, again, a positive variance of $453. The utilities, she already answered that for you regarding the light and overpayment for March and the credit of $17,000. Expenses, maintenance and repair expenses, we budgeted $5,107. The actual was $3544.57 with a positive variance of $1,562.43. The property management fee, you see that it's a positive. Service-related expenses, which is your pest control security system, meaning the alarms, answering service, and elevator service. Well, no invoice for elevator this month. Total budgeted was $1,985.26. Total expense was $800.32 with a positive variance of $1,184.94. So if you see your net operating expenses, we are negative $5,784.16. And then we go to the last page, and it gives us our total current net income. We are negative $601.54. We had capital items. Nothing was spent, but an appliance replacement and blinds for the make-readies, which was 517. We actually got a credit, so our total expense was 517.81. Budgeted amount was $5,700.
So we're going back to the electricity.
Mhm.
So we paid $6,100 for the month of March, correct?
That is the actual invoice for the month of March, but it's not going to, my understanding is it's not going to get, we shouldn't have a pay.
This is an actual payment, the $6,100.
Oh, the 6,100, yes.
So we paid.
No, that's just what the bill is.
That's what the invoice
So
is.
this is the invoice that was submitted.
Okay, but it's not gonna be paid.
We have a credit,
We have a
No,
credit.
we make sure all utilities are paid.
No, but,
No, but I thought you were saying that we have a $17,000 credit.
Right, and I think it came from there. So in April, we're not gonna have to pay, but I haven't received the bill. Stephanie usually sends it around the 24th, so we'll know what credit we have on the 24th.
remaining
We
credit.
don't have access to those bills.
Okay, so I just to understand, so the $61.54 was invoiced, but it hasn't been paid. Is that correct?
That one was paid.
It
I
was
think what
paid.
they're doing, because they paid either in March, I don't remember if it was March or February. They overpaid by $17,000.
So we're gonna
They
receive a
sent
credit.
two payments, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
They paid the invoice probably twice.
but I
So we
think,
have $17,000 credit, so then we might not pay April and May,
correct.
Correct.
or maybe even June.
Yeah.
If we
Well,
average like
it's an average of $6,100.
$6,100, so we might
Yes.
just end up in May with a small amount of payment.
Yes,
Right.
All right.
Okay, those were, that's,
although, I don't know if they're reflecting the credit here. Because
Credit.
I'm not sure if they're including whatever they paid or the invoice amount.
For what, for this 61?
Yeah,
It's the invoice amount, she said.
okay, and not what they paid,
Not what they
because they
paid, she said.
overpaid, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably show zeros
Correct.
for the next 2 months.
for due,
That's what I'm
for
saying.
due
that
amount.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It should be 0, 0.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, well, I guess it's a different accounting system that they use. Normally, you would include whatever you already paid, which was a $17,000 over here, and it's not being reflected. You see what I'm?
So I guess we have to pay attention to the year-to-date next month to see what shows.
Yes.
So that's a budget comparison.
That's the budget comparison for month ending March 25th.
And then we have the budget.
So year-to-date shows a negative $72,000 net income through March the 25th.
For the last 12 months, right?
Yeah. Actuals, a negative $13,000, negative $14,000 in actuals.
Did the vacancies increase for up to $8,900? What caused that increase?
The vacancies? We did have people move in, but we also had people move out, so it's like, it's been at the 93
Because of the payments? Whatever we
average.
paid,
But we have
It reduces this.
the actual
it goes in and out,
8,925
in and out, in and out.
On the vacancy
on the
loss,
vacancy law.
which is double.
The double, yeah, so that's I mean, if people
So,
left
for
and
example,
some people came in, we
like
would still be
here it shows
like, let's say, I
$13,000
mean,
less,
45, which is almost the average.
in revenues and expenses, right, total. So must.
Do you see that, Sarah, on the vacancy loss?
What caused that 8,900 increase,
Must-
Sarah?
Are y'all looking on the
It's
budget
not based on-
comparison?
Yes, ma'am.
The transactions, all of
Y'all are looking at which one?
cash.
Vacancy loss?
Gain losses.
Yes, that's how much we have for
But it hasn't really changed from the previous month, so that's their question.
It kind of doubled from last month?
I'm looking to see what they're, right now.
No, it's not the same. It's the budget that is the budget.
Yeah.
It's just the budget.
It's the budget, Sarah, it's okay.
Any other questions on the budget comparison? Nope. Okay, let's go to the budget detail.
They're reviewing the budget detail for questions, Sarah.
Because here they haven't, doesn't show like they have adjusted the revenues to reflect,
Right.
you know, a better estimate of how much will be received.
Any updates on the changes, Sarah?
No, she won't let me change it. I have to leave this budget detail at 90%. Renetta said I am not allowed to change it.
have 19 vacancies?
15.
15? Oh, the report shows 19.
Two 6 has been leased, 616 has been leased.
Oh, it says that's a 323.
Yeah.
Which ones were these?
616, 206,
There's 15 as of today?
15 as of today, yes, sir. 208 is on pre-lease.
17, I would say. I would say 17.
Let me
Because it's
see.
not counting these two. Because it says
The
here,
total is-
one's ready.
Yeah, the two are already.
13.
No, but that's-
Yeah, one is
the
already.
numbers.
Yeah.
So this one's on,
Yeah,
and
the
then
red.
it says 12 here. So these are the 12.
It's 16.
Yeah, 17. And the last two is like-
No, these four, these four.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of
And
the,
then that's
that's part of the 19. And then there's a next report, and it shows a 19 total, which includes one that is ready. So that's 18. That will be 18.
And then the two that are leased.
Two to release, well, that would be 16 then.
And one on pre-lease, 208 is pre-lease, so it's 15.
Oh, okay.
Two oh eight is pre-leased.
Yes.
I know, our office has, the tenant-based rental program has been trying to contact you all. We have some people ready, and I don't think they've been shown any units.
This one was shown to one of yours, and that's why it's on hold for her.
So 208?
208, yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna write that second.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spoke to Marcela regarding this unit.
Huh? 208.
Tenant bay.
Okay.
Next, do you need the resident's name?
No,
Or
no,
the prospect?
I'll verify, I'll just cross-reference it with the number.
Okay.
And then the,
Tina,
yes,
so she has, roster coming out to do the carpets on, Sarah, you said 5 of them?
5 of them on Friday, yes, ma'am.
So we will have 5 of them ready by, I'm gonna say Wednesday, but she said Friday. I'm gonna pull some people to go over there.
okay.
For next week.
5 out of the
15?
15? So then we're gonna have 10 vacant?
Well, no, they're still vacant. We're just gonna get them ready so we can pre-lease them. So,
No, right.
Yeah.
But they're already leasable.
yes,
Yeah,
they should
we
be.
just have to get somebody moved in.
All right.
Okay, and
And then for the other 10, you have told us that you should have the proposed money estimate in order to get them ready. Do you have that?
No, Sarah's working on that right now. She's gonna get with me tomorrow to make sure everything's good, and then we'll send you that report.
It's just gonna be 10 pending.
So this new vacancies that are ready, 5 you said, Sarah?
they'll be ready, yes.
Yes.
And what's the rent is gonna be,
The
what we're,
640,
the
it's
640?
just, if
It's
it's
gonna be the 641, 699.
if it's a 1-bedroom, and 808 if it's a 2-bedroom.
Correct. And what has been the people's, tenants' reaction to, because we're a higher rate, no, have you had any pushback or any?
Minor, yeah, minor, especially the ones that are, like, their check is like very, very low. And then that's when we refer them out to apply for assistance. So, but we have been able to lease them at the 641 and the 699.
So you have been receiving like regular people with
Regular
no
people.
assistance tied to
Yes.
it,
And-
and they're not too shocked with the new amount. With
No.
I mean with amounts because they include light and water.
206 and 616 were released at the
At
new
full
rents,
rent with
at
no
full- at-
assistance.
With no assistance, correct.
Yeah.
Were they referred to apply for assistance? Yes,
Yeah.
we always do.
Yeah, and they usually put themselves on our waiting list, and they'll pay, the full rent for a few years before they get our assistance.
And yesterday, we were able to sign up 6 of the residents on that list for Laredo Housing. And Laredo Housing is in the building as we speak, and they're trying to get the rest of the people.
So the Laredo Housing Authority's waiting list for Section 8 vouchers opened, yesterday. And, so, they heard about, the predicament that some of our tenants were in, and they stretched out, the ability to come in and set up a table. And because a lot of their waiting list now is electronic, a lot of the system's electronic, so they're there on site so that the elderly can come in and apply for this assistance. And they're just going to be placed on the waiting list because their waiting list is not open at all times. So what they do is they only open it once a year. They get people on it, and then they work off of that because the city only receives the City of Laredo Housing Authority only receives X amount of vouchers per the federal government. So then they have to issue those vouchers as people leave. They issue the voucher to someone else. But at least that's something for them, yeah.
That they're on the
Right,
list.
not mistaken, because they're elderly, they'll get apartments, so they'll move faster.
And just to let you know, our program, the city's tenant-based rental program right now has, we have 6 vouchers available. Let me make sure. Yeah, so 6 vouchers. 2 of them already reside at the Hamilton, so 2 of them will require nothing other than signing the contract, the agreement, and they would be effective, let's say, next month, and they will start paying a reduced rent, and we'll cover the subsidy. And then we would have the 4 remaining that I believe we will, as the units become available, we can send those 4 to hopefully pre-lease these 5 that you'll have available.
What I'll do is I'll send Marcela an email as soon as they're ready so she can start sending the people over and we can start working on the applications.
Yeah, and maybe even if they're not 100% ready yet, if they're in good shape, show them. Sometimes people just want to see what floor am I going to be on, they can imagine themselves, okay, I just need the floor. They can kind of see what they're getting, so that way maybe
The ones
can
that are
move it
going to be
forward.
ready, and I can tell you right now, 3 of them are studios. 1 is a 2-bedroom. Four studios and 1 is a 2-bedroom. I'm not getting any 1-bedrooms, so that's the only thing that's going to be ready.
Out of the 10?
Out of the 10, the ones that are going to be done by next week. So it's 4 studios and 1 two-bedroom.
So we'll be left with 5 unrentable.
No,
No,
10.
10.
It's still 10. It's because we're
Porque los
talking about
15
there's
okay.
15.
We're
Right
talking
now
about
you
the ones that are going to be ready, and we're going to wait for TBRA wait list so they can come over and we can work on the applications for those so we can get them going hopefully for the beginning of May.
Now, I remember in the past you would get requests for transfers.
Mhm.
Do you still have a waiting list for transfers?
Yes.
Like, is people waiting to get into a 2-bedroom?
Actually, no, not the 2 bedrooms. I have 2-bedroom people wanting to move into 1-bedrooms now. Mhm.
Okay.
Either the spouse passed on and they want a smaller apartment and they're on a list to transfer to a smaller unit.
And usually if it's a voucher for 1 person, they cannot move into a 2-bedroom. It would have to be a 1-bedroom or a studio. So sometimes you get that also.
Mhm.
If they lose their assistance or something, or they're no longer 2 people, they'll
Yes,
want a
correct.
smaller unit.
So on this one that says vacancy not leased ready, I'm assuming that 1109 is the unit, 109, right? Is that-
1109. It's on the
1109.
11th floor, yeah.
So is that one not Ready?
That one's ready. 1109 is ready. But that's a two-bedroom.
Why did it take so long from the date that they moved out in June 2021 to get this unit ready?
This unit has been sitting vacant and it's been difficult to lease. I've gotten prospects for it and they go and they don't want on the 11th floor, or the rent is too high, or it's just been different circumstances. And we have shown the unit.
But it's ready. It's ready.
It's ready. It's ready.
And the same goes for 1618?
1618 is one of those little tiny apartments, the 279 square feet. And when the rent increased, it's been difficult to rent.
But it's not ready. It says here that it's not ready to be.
No,
it
this-
is one.
This one is not ready, correct.
And what is,
This one needs a wall repair.
They're gonna give us a list on the 10
Yes.
with the budgets that they need in order to get them fixed as well.
One of the questions that the assistant city manager had was for the studio, why was being charged at the same rate, the studio, the 430 square feet, and the
279 and
279.
430 square feet, yeah.
So what's the response to that?
As far as the rent, the
Yes.
rents are going to be rented at the same
So-
amount that we,
So under affordable housing rules, they don't go by square feet. They go by apartment size, I guess room size, right? So all studios, so under, I would think that that's what compliance would tell them, that they should not and cannot have different prices for a one bedroom regardless of the size, because a one bedroom is a one bedroom. So some of the HUD rules and affordable, I mean, we can ask, right now this
Right.
project is tied to a HUD loan, and we can always ask for guidance on that, but there's always, I mean, unfortunately, that's the way they were built, right? So some of
Correct.
them were
Yeah,
built a little bit smaller than others, but they're still considered a studio, or they're still considered a
one
one
bedroom.
bedroom. So unfortunately,
There's no variance.
there's no
or
variance on the
square foot.
size of the unit. Now, does it make it more marketable or less desirable? Yes, maybe. But there is no, there's not gonna be something that can tell us, on the affordability side and the fair housing side, that would probably be something like, you can't just rent a unit for less and then charge someone else, because on affordable side, it's a one bedroom. They're all one bedrooms. They're all studios. So that's usually the guidance that we've received for any program.
Okay.
We don't go by square footage. But we can always ask and see, right?
No, we just don't wanna fall, over the guidelines that they are.
And I understand, I mean, if it is a little bit marketable issue or, but again, it's based on how the unit is marketed by the management company, because, I mean, someone coming in and seeing a studio size, how would they know the difference between this studio and another studio? I mean, how many studio apartments do you have in the unit? In the whole complex?
in the whole complex, 69, I think?
Yeah. So, it's just at that moment, this is the available unit. Do they want it or not? It just depends how they're gonna be marketed.
Can it be rented commercial? I mean, random? Like, it's somebody that wants to just have like a tiny office on the 11th floor?
So right now, I believe there is restrictions based on the refinance that was done with HUD. They have to remain elderly units, yes, and residential units. for the
Residential
elderly.
use.
Yes. Yeah, that's how, when you refinanced, that's the regulations. or-
regulations.
Yeah, or requirements.
Okay, rent roll. Did we receive, Any response from the city manager on any available help for,
So we did meet, I know the board representative, one of the board representatives did meet with the city manager and express some requests that have been made by the board. So, in regards to any assistance for the tenants, any assistance for the building. And so the city manager has asked different departments to give them some reports on some of these items that were brought up by the community and also brought up by the board. So I will have a follow-up meeting with him this week, and we should already have been able to compile most of the reports. Like the health department did go out there already and assess some of the complaints from the community, as per, city council did ask for assistance there. So they did go out, and then the building department will be out there this week also to assess the building, assess some of the concerns that were brought up by some of the community members and yourself. And then we are preparing, I know you signed the letter, we are preparing the spreadsheet of the rent adjustments for those, I believe 15 individuals that were being affected the most. And they were not just affected by $100, they were affected a lot more for the rent. So hopefully I should be able to send you all something by next week, if not for sure by the next meeting.
thank you, Tina. What I was gonna say, Sarah, how many units did we do the fumigation on?
For the bed bug issue,
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken, it was 6.
6 units. Okay. And that one and other items we might want to go over to see how we can help them. But we'll leave it for other items.
And it was $400 each.
Correct.
$400 each.
Correct.
And what's the status on the control of the bed bugs?
We did a walk of the whole building and we inspected all the units. And we did come across some units having bed bugs, and that has been addressed. And we also started doing the bi-weekly meetings with the staff. We had one 2 weeks ago. We're having another one on Friday. 2 weeks ago we had Mr. Fernandez from Total Pest Control, and he talked about the bed bug issue on how to prevent them and why bed bugs, that bed bugs don't discriminate. They can hitch a ride with anybody and come, and that's how people get the infestation, not infestation, but they get bed bugs. So we had that. On Friday we have a different topic coming up, and we should have Laredo PD coming in to give them an in-service. And we're going to keep different topics and then touching back on fumigation, on pest control, on hygiene from the health department also. So everybody's willing to come, and we can sign them up for the meetings and education like you had mentioned. Mm-hmm.
But right now we have active.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are we gonna do, or what's in place?
They're being treated. They're being treated. We treated. Was it 3 on Monday, Sarah? Are you there?
Yes, sorry. So I unmuted myself. So you scheduled 5.
Yes.
3 of them were good to go. They treated those.
3, yes.
One of them refused. He doesn't want treatment. So we're going to have to press that one to get done. Sarah said she can talk to him. It's just going to take a little bit.
I did already.
Okay.
He complied. And then
Okay.
2 of them didn't have activity, correct?
No. One, he wouldn't open the door.
Have we advised everybody that if they carry the bed bugs into their apartments, they would be liable for the fumigation, Sarah?
Yes, and it's also, I believe, on our TAA leaves and our community policies.
Okay. So this 6 are in addition to the 6 that were treated,
Yes, correct.
and on those 6, how many of them were treated? 3 of them?
3 of them,
Okay,
Out
so
of 5.
out of 5.
3 out of
And
5.
they got billed for that treatment,
Not yet, no.
but they will. And are they aware that they're gonna be
Yes.
billed?
Yes, they are.
Remember we put that we do a 13-month payment plan, and if they need longer, we can definitely do longer.
And they are aware that they have that many months to pay?
Yes.
Were they okay with the
$400?
$400?
That's why the complaints.
Do we have any other complaints after this one?
No.
Were those only concentrated in a certain area, or was?
It's
Was the-
scattered. It's scattered. You would kind of, we were expecting like a trend, a cluster, and it turns out it was different floors, so. Which is kind of,
Is that the one you said they were gonna contribute half of those that were built?
No, that's what he's asking, is the 6 that we're trying to assist, that's part of what she's saying that they just got treated. So we have to be careful how we're gonna treat them in terms of payment.
Mrs. Miran, just to remind you, there was some tenants that you, after last meeting, that we were gonna, the board was gonna plan to give them a response to some of their questions. And I know they've been calling just to ask about what and I think one of the pending questions was, will I still be responsible for this bill?
Yes. Yes, and I'll touch on that on the other comments. Okay. Anything else on the rent rolls? If not, go to the agent reports. Is this for item 8 or are they for item 10? The agent reports.
We left. Well, your 7 is the equity information that we've requested. We have not received it yet, right?
No.
Okay, so we've already submitted the letter that you signed, and we have not received any information from Capstone on the equity information.
Do you have any information on that, Sarah?
So accounting has it, and they are, they're not researching it, they are coming up with a response. So you should have that very, very soon.
Okay. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on commercial and residential lease and house renewal dates. Okay, we already went over that. Discussion possible action on tenant-based rental assistance programs. I think you already went over
Yes.
that. Discussion possible action on Capstone Real Estate Services monthly maintenance work orders. I think the agent reports will fall into this one. Anything going on there, Sarah?
I'm sorry.
With the agent report?
I'm sorry, I couldn't, what was it regarding?
Questions on the agent report? Were you able to check on those reserves, Sarah, to see if we could use part of that?
So I did, I actually emailed her yesterday,
Great.
and she told me again, no, that it's $1,000 per unit. So Renetta and I called her yesterday, she didn't answer, we did leave a message, and then I just emailed her this morning asking her if she could call me around 2 o'clock.
Can you keep us updated on that, please? Are there any of these vendors that are not providing services anymore?
I think everybody's good. Sarah?
There has been no need to call any of these vendors, so I think we're good for now.
Yeah.
Can you get us an action plan on all these 90 days and over?
An action plan?
Yes, on how we're planning to get them paid.
Like how much a month? How much a month are you expecting to be able to pay down on these invoices? Do you have a plan? Do you see a vision? Do you
A
see?
timeline on how long it will take us to get them paid?
Yeah, I can do that.
Was Arellano's issue with the invoicing resolved? Was he able to sign up?
No, and I emailed her, and she told me that I needed to get with Mr. Ariano. And I had to remind her that her and I had a conversation in that boardroom. She just hasn't been able to schedule anything with me. But I already pushed those invoices through. I told our IT person just to lift whatever they had to do. I just needed to get them on payables. She did receive that $3,000 check I sent yesterday.
Thank you on that.
And any update on the AC for the restaurant?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
The restaurant, the AC issue hasn't been resolved?
It hasn't been resolved.
And what are we gonna do on that?
I'll have to get with Renetta on that because it's a $16,000 bid.
So remember that in our call, Renata said that the financials you all sent us had the wrong loan payment that you all were reflecting. But if that,
It's not the
well,
it's not the wrong note. It's 41,000. 11,000 goes to the insurance escrow, and then on the financials for the it's the right because we get a statement, and the statement is for 41,000. So
share that with the board because she was gonna look into that and provide Mr. Suniga or George a response to that discussion that was made because she said that if that was a mistake, then that's where you would have the money in your budget to be able to cover the cost of the AC. And I know you had two options, right? So you had presented two options. If you like to tell the board what those two options are for the AC repair?
Sarah, do you want to explain those mini splits?
Yes. We got a quote, which is a 16K for a 10-ton AC unit for the restaurant. AC technician said that two 3-ton mini splits would work great in that area. One would be installed in the dining area by the door, and then the other closer to the kitchen, and then maybe do like a water cooler in the kitchen, and that would be half of the price. It'd be like $9,000. The mini splits could be installed by the maintenance by the AC tech on site. As the 10-ton unit, we would have to contract a vendor to come install it. So that is like saving half.
Do they have no AC right now?
They have no AC right now. They have 2 portables in there, but it's not sufficient.
When did it stop working, or when did it start having problems?
It's been about a week and a half, right, Sarah? If I recall, yeah. Going on 2 weeks.
And what's the cost of repairing it to make?
To do the new 1010 unit, it'd be 16,000 plus installation. We would have to get a vendor out here to install it. And the mini splits would be 9,000. I didn't bring the quote with
And
me,
the
but
unit went down? It's broken or what's wrong with it?
it's
Yeah.
gone. It gave out. And it was an old unit. I think I took a picture of the serial thing. I think it was a unit dating back to 2002, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the mini splits would work out.
It'd be 310 mini splits, two
Three?
of them, two, and then get a quote for a water cooler for the kitchen. Now, that's what the lead maintenance tech, the AC tech said, and he goes, if not, the mini split would cool the whole, closer to the kitchen, it would suffice, the area would suffice.
And who's giving the quote on the benefits?
Monday?
Who's giving the quotes on it?
Johnstone Supply?
Did we get any other quotes?
No.
Can we get some other quotes?
I think it's a little pricey.
Okay.
The minutes?
Yes. We just
This
quoted
is like
some.
three, no? Four
No,
thousand
they're
maybe?
like 1,000.
1,500 installed.
Okay. How many?
Does this usually last as long as the units?
I'm sorry?
They last-
The life of the,
Yeah,
10
they
to
they have a good.
They have a good life,
Yeah, they
yeah.
do.
yeah.
Yeah, 7 to 10 years
this one the same as a,
as an AC unit.
And they're more efficient.
And they're
A
more
lot more
efficient with less
Like,
Power, yes. Well,
complications.
yes.
is there a reason why we haven't quoted other vendors?
No.
Let's get a quotes like really quick on that and send us an email so that we can get that one resolved.
But
I mean,
those mini splits work for commercial?
Yes.
Yeah.
For
You use
commercial?
them a lot in the offices.
Now, most offices have mini splits instead of,
We're doing them to some of our affordable units.
I mean,
It doesn't make sense when we build small one bedrooms or studio size apartments or houses to put a full AC with ducts because you don't really need that many ducts when it's a small.
And they also have the heat. So
Yeah,
do you
they
know
have
the
both.
price, how much you guys have been paying for those, give or take?
I haven't bought them individually. We've done them like in new construction, so I would need a. I mean, I could check once she gives us that. We can compare it.
For a project and they were like
$1,600.
$1,500, $1,600 installed for 2 tons.
Installed and all,
For 2 tons.
and she's saying that
You can buy
their
3,
staff can
so that's
install it, so
4,500.
that's just materials. Yeah, and if her staff can install it, if that's what you're saying, then
Yes.
then you need to not go through a vendor
vendor.
like that. You need to just try,
Well,
maybe
then.
find a vendor, find a direct vendor.
I have a
think that's
vendor
what-
that can sell you those, the Mitsubishi brand.
Okay, can
With
you
warranty, American warranty, yes.
Can you send me the info? We can call.
So I think we need to move on this because of the,
Yeah, it's been a week and a half and they're on.
right now it's okay because it hasn't been extremely hot, but it's gonna get there this coming days. So we need to resolve this situation, so I guess you can call Mr. Gonzalez over here and get those quotes, so that way we can move on that.
Can you give them your cell phone?
956-324-3200.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna open a new item under other. On the 9 units that have been treated, I wanted to ask the board if they would consider for Laredo Housing Finance Corporation to cover half. I know it's been 9 units. Nine units that have been treated. So that So the total charge for that, if we were to cover 50%, we would be covering 1,800. And that is only because of, this were emergencies. As of after this, we don't have any other units, and people have been advised that they're gonna be charged for bed bugs, treatments. This would be a one-time deal that we're gonna do for the units that were,
Mr. Zadia,
yes.
Sarah, did you tell them that we walked all the units and,
Yes.
we have more?
Yeah, so I was gonna add, because she said that you have 5 active right now, right?
No,
we-
five that we were gonna treat. Out of the 5,
No, we asked you how many units
You said 5.
based on your walk
Mark
through.
oh, no. I thought about the treatment, like for, like,
How
We
many are
asked you
active?
how many are active.
what is the total that we came up with, Sarah?
It was 20 of
Yes,
them.
correct.
And the health department showed up and you all didn't share that with them either. You
Yes,
all
we did.
No, well,
Yes, we did.
they
It was
were t-
Mr. Gonzalez and Mr.
you told them there was 20?
Well, let me take that back. When they came on site, that's when we were doing the walk, and we told them that we were doing the walk and inspecting for more. They asked if we had come across others, and I did say yes, but we didn't have a total number at that time. They were actually there when we were walking units.
Because the ones they walked into, they didn't have an issue, so they weren't aware. Well, what I was advised and what city manager was advised was that there was no problem because there was,
Under control.
yeah.
So that's what we're asking you right now. So
They're under
who did the walk, when you went and inspected, who went with you?
Okay. Internal staff, myself, maintenance, and Ms. Walker pulled the other staff from other sites to come help, and we did the entire 165 units, even the vacant.
Okay, so I'm not an expert, and I don't want to be an expert on identifying that there is an infestation at those units, but are these people trained to detect and say, you know what, this is a problem here, we have active?
I would say
bugs?
if we're trained, no, but I think we are pretty aware of what we need to look for. We checked the mattresses, we checked curtains, we checked carpet, we checked lamp shades, we checked upholstered chairs, all that. We checked.
And they were, you could see, you could,
For some of them, you could visualize, especially the mattress area, yes. ma'am.
okay, so when you
And
say
Ms.
some,
Montoya,
yes,
they got their list of the 20 that needed to be done, right? So did he also go in on 20, or is he doing 5 at a time? If they don't need the pest control,
Correct.
he's not gonna do it.
Correct.
well, then that's the reason why I'm asking. So when we're trying to come, trying to help these people, but if we don't want to help 6 or 9 right now, and then next week, 10, next meeting, we're gonna have the other 10 people that are gonna be treated, because they apparently have active infestation, so that's what I'm saying. Who needs to be treated right now, out of those 20?
All 20 need to be treated, and he's going to treat them, and he is going to bill me a certain amount each month. Him and I have already come up with an agreement. All of them have to be treated, it's just, he's gotta get to them. I think it's 5 a week, Sarah?
5 a week, and then 2 of them have already come back that they don't have any activity, so he's not gonna charge for those. He did the eval, but he's not gonna charge for those.
Okay. So, and this inspection and this, when would this units identify that they had a problem? What date?
Do you have the date, Sarah? I don't have my notes, and it was an
I'm
email.
looking at the email.
Thank
It
you.
was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
No, it was 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and it was on a Thursday.
Yes.
April, I have my calendar here, hold on.
Do we want to cover those 20.
Was it the
units.
13th?
I mean, it's gonna be a little bit
Is it a
more.
total,
I don't know, I'm looking.
So it's gonna be $2,400.
is it a total of
Actually-
20?
Yeah, it was the 5th,
March 5th, April 5th?
April 5th.
And are they charging you $400 for each?
They are.
So
Regard-
how many in total have been treated and will be treated?
3 have already been treated as of Monday. There was 5 scheduled on Monday. 3 of them were treated. 2
Including,
of them were not.
including the ones that were already treated?
Those
How,
were already treated in the past.
how many in total?
I don't.
9?
11?
No, 9?
9?
6 and
Yeah.
9. So they're gonna have 11 more that they've identified.
So it's gonna be a total of 20, including the ones that have already been treated.
No.
This is from the walk, from the entire walk of the units. They found 20 because the 6 that were was it 6, Sarah, that was previously done?
Yes.
6 previously, yes.
Those had no activity after they were done.
Okay.
So there was 20 units when they walked on April 5th or April 4th that had signs of activity.
So it'll be
So
a
these are
total of
20 new.
1,500.
I mean, we can do $150 because of, since it'll be 26 units.
Well, why are we paying? Have they been complaining about the amount or?
Yes.
What, the initial 6 did complain. These,
'Cause I don't know why we have to be paying.
So these new,
Paying them.
yeah, because I think to Oscar's point is, so these new 20 did not come in and report anything. It's that they walked the units and found them. So, and it could have been that for whatever reason they didn't report it. Maybe they didn't want to get a bill, maybe they hadn't noticed, whatever reason. But if it's been told to them, and the policy, if there's a policy, if there's something that you have in writing that has it, you just stated that your policy does mention that it's their responsibility to report anything, out of the ordinary in their units, or in these cases, if they've been notified, so are those 20, who's responsible? Are they responsible because they didn't come to you all? Or is the management company responsible for, if there would only be, the responsibility would only be if you hadn't reacted to it, but you all went to do an inspection. Can you even trace, let's say of those 20 units, can you see is there any way that you can verify when was the last time an inspection had been done to that unit? Because maybe you can even say, hey, we had just inspected those 6 months ago or 4 months ago. There was no signs, so this is something that the tenant should have reported to us. That's all information that you all need to provide to the board, so the board can make more of an assessment of who should be responsible.
we do inspections, but inspections for the UPCS inspection going in there for a different issue, not specifically for bed bugs.
The way I see it is probably, I know that it's a lot of money that we're trying to help them with. If we only help the first 6, and I get your point where they have to now be more responsible, or they should be responsible, but since when, they can come back and say, you know what, it was because of what was going on that we have now an infestation in
That
our
could be a
department.
possibility.
So I would think that perhaps maybe we can help those 26, but from here on, everybody's on their own. We're not gonna pay the full $400, but we can help them, I don't know, $150 or dollars each, and that way, it's.
And then put
They're gonna
everyone
come
else on
back.
payment
They're
plan.
gonna come back and they say, we paid those 6 and, this is not what, the problem that we think it was our problem, they're helping the 6 people, they're not helping us. So I would say that my recommendation would be to assist all this 26, but from today on, they're responsible with you guys doing a little bit more, and then with the city coming in and educating the
And look
tenants.
for flyers. I mean, there's flyers out there you can just print out,
Oh, yeah.
laminate them, put them all over the first floor
Yeah,
for them to be active and
That's my
vigilant.
recommendation.
You wanna make a motion on that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion
But
that
I just
we,
have wanted to mention, what if there's more people?
Well, they already
Like,
walked everything.
They already
walked
walked-
everything.
a week ago, so there shouldn't,
There shouldn't be any
So
other.
if there
And
is,
now from now going forward, since the information is being given to them and they're getting,
Now that we told
they're
them.
getting educated on that, then now they are.
responsible for that. Because they have to also, like we mentioned last meeting, they have to be more, the tenant has to be a little bit more educated and has to be more responsible in spotting and detecting this type of problems. So that way it can get reported and perhaps it does not need to be treated fully, but perhaps maybe, a spray or something that's less expensive.
And it might not be all of the 20 that get treated because they're going to do another assessment and say, okay, yes, they do need the treatment, or no, there is no activity.
Oh, I thought Sarah said that all 20 need to be treated.
Do all
Yeah,
20
well-
need to be treated, Sarah?
So that's how many you saw, right?
That's how many we saw.
He can go in there, Mr. Alfonso, he can go in there and say, like, maybe this was prior, like maybe they saw something on the bed, like maybe fecal matter, or it was done prior. So he's gonna go in there and just double check to make sure, because
Okay.
everyone said we're not
So-
like completely experts.
Correct.
But if we see something like that, we just assume it's bed bugs.
Okay. So, like on this 5, 2 of them didn't need to be treated.
Correct.
No,
That
No,
can
one
happen.
of them
No,
didn't.
one of them.
One of
Or
them
one of them.
refused.
didn't want treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one, I don't think answered the door because he said that he couldn't get a hold of them.
Okay.
and what are we gonna do? They don't wanna get treated. We need a,
No,
But,
they need to be treated.
Yeah.
They need to be
but if
treated.
they
That's-
refuse to open the door and we give them a warning,
We
they go
give
to
them,
court
we
or
give them
what
a
do you
lease violation, and then they need to let us do the treatment.
But
So
they
worst
should-
case scenario would be 26 that, in total, that are gonna be treated, including the 6 that were previously treated.
Correct.
So,
I would say that the motion would be that we help this 20, we identify by unit, and we get the list of the 26 that are gonna be treated, or
Or have
6
been
that have,
Possibly treated,
yes, or, that have been treated and are requiring the treatment for the additional 20, identified by unit, and then we're gonna make the motion that we pay $150 of their $400 invoice, and that this is one-time pay, because it's up to management and to the tenants to continue to have better care of their units.
And I just want y'all to know they do sign a bed bug addendum, right, Sarah?
Yes, it is included in their lease.
It's all stated on what they have to do and how to keep and how to prevent from bed bugs.
So that bed bug amendment is signed when they contract the unit?
When they
So
move in.
perhaps maybe we can, have them revisit and re-sign that form, so that way they are aware that
Do
they
they
are.
sign it every year, Sarah?
They signed it at renewal also, yes.
Okay.
You can show
Yeah,
them
so
that.
every year they're signing
that they're
this form.
responsible.
like for this time, we're gonna help them out.
Okay, that's your motion.
I second.
Are you okay with that,
Yes.
Oscar? Everybody in favor, aye?
Aye.
So the motion is to help the customers that are gonna be charged $400, maximum of 26 units. You're gonna provide us with the list on these units that have been inspected after walking the whole perimeter of the Hamilton. The corporation is gonna cover $150 out of the $400, and you will take care of billing the difference and making whatever payment plan is necessary to them.
Correct. So the total is $3,900.
With that, we already voted. Everybody in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody.